So welcome back. So here we are, we're module 11. We're near the end of this. So we looked at so many aspects of Windows Server 2022 so far. Now, in this module, they call it updating and troubleshooting Windows Server. And let's look at it from the perspective of we're going to go do an update. We need to do an update. Now, we've dealt with that already. We've updated our VM. And that wasn't such a bad task. We can update 1.11, so we don't have issues with updating at this point. We should have a decent understanding of why we do updates and the primary rationale behind what happens with the updates. The key factor associated with updating these systems is to secure them. I just had this conversation with somebody yesterday when they said that they had not updated their system in forever. And I said, well, you realize that better than 80% of what takes place in updates, and in this instance, it was updating a mobile device. It was their smartphone. And they had not updated it in an extended period of time. So you have to understand what's taking place with the updates and why they're wanting to update it. It's to protect our device. But it also has that secondary, which is the applications being modified. So let's walk through this. So we can go do the updates. This is what we've dealt with already. Look at the history of them. We can install the update now. I don't want to be the first one to install an update and then find out, oh, we just found out there's something wrong with that update, so now we've got to go back that update out of the system. So once we've done an update, we can undo that update. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but we can go do it to wait for the new and improved fix. And that's the majority of what the majority of the time what we're dealing with is fixes to the system. So not only are we updating the operating system, but we also have to go in and update the third-party applications. Or we may have to update device drivers. And each one of these has a different step-by-step process in how we go about doing it. Now, the software that we update, we've got to be sure of what the application is and where the update's coming from. And same holds true when it comes to the drivers. Anything that we install into the system, we need to make sure that it is credentialed with the manufacturer of the operating system, whether it's Mac or it's Windows, whatever it may be. So one of the things that we will need to do is to add the role of Windows Server Update Services. So essentially, we'll be able to perform updates, knowledge updates across our network. So we can add that role. And we've added roles and we've removed roles in the past. It should be a non-issue for you. So when it comes to Windows Server updates and troubleshooting, so the author's got their step-by-step best practices, or here's what you need to do. the link next to this video, I also have that's a link to get you to Microsoft Ignite, or it's Microsoft Learn, I should say. They've got an Ignite ad up on the screen as I look at it here. But I'm giving you a link to a walkthrough checklist. Microsoft's guidance to Windows Server update troubleshooting. So sometimes we can go to our update and then we've got a problem and it's like, well, what is it that's taken place? CompTIA says here we've got a 6-step process. Microsoft breaks it down into 5, and it's about the same. Right? But I want you to see different perspectives on it, not just the author's perspective on this. Okay. So we've got a library of resources available to us. It's an Information Technology Infrastructure Library. And it allows us to go through and find out what's the best ways to go about things. We've got Event Viewer, so we can go in and see what's happening within the system. We've got to find out from the beginning, when the OS starts up, what is it that's happening? And work our way all the way through it. Now, did I get switched from UEFI over to old school BIOS? Is that what happened? What's going on? What has happened that the system's not working the way that it was? Either before I updated, or is the update going to fix it? So let's, for this example, let's assume that we've done an update and then something's not working right. So we can go through everything, whether it's the post, master boot record. We can go look at the boot configuration data to see what's taking place, the bootloader, the boot sector, the boot menu. And if we need to, we can go jump into safe mode, see if we can get in with safe mode. We have the option to go in and try to repair the computer. These are things that we've dealt with already. And we should already have in place a disaster recovery plan that, am I backed up? Something happened, I did an update, and now my system's hosed. So let's try to recover from whatever's taken place. We planned ahead in modules long ago for these kinds of things. Got to have redundancy in what's taking place, whether it's my folders, whether it's the disk drives, whatever it may be, so that if something crashed, I've got another copy of it. I can have an image of my drive, whatever it may be, to get me back up and running. So a lot of this is rehash, but it's more taking the things that we've dealt with in the past and saying, all right, we did that. And now it's come the time to try and find out, we've got a problem, let's find out what it is, and then we've got to fix it. Well, there's a step-by-step process to troubleshoot the system to find out what's going on. So here they walk through different options. And like I said, I'll point you to a step-by-step walkthrough from Microsoft. I may have one video for you, but there's not going to be much beyond this. It's a very narrow module. Right? So I'll see you in Module 12.